viewers to this lesson. It's Mr. Odingo again coming with what we call the point of intersection of a straight line, which actually will mark the end of equations of straight lines. Now you realize that these equations of straight lines, sometimes they can be drawn away that they intersect. For example, if you look at this sketch that I've drawn here, we have line L1 and line L2, and they are intersecting at this point. Let me say this point X. So at this particular point X here, each of these lines has a coordinate of 3, 4, coordinate 3, 4, where X coordinate is 3 and the Y coordinate is 4. So it means that a point where two lines intersect, they share the coordinates not at exactly at that point. If you look at this point here and that point, they don't share. This one a different coordinate, that's a different coordinate. But at this point where they're actually intersecting, you really have to treat those two simultaneous, these two equations, L1 and L2, as simultaneous equations. And if you actually now consider them as simultaneous equation at the point where they intersect, then we know we can now be able to use other methods like elimination method, substitution method, to be able, or even matrix method, to be able to find the points at which they intersect. Once you get the points at which they intersect, you have to write them as coordinate, because you realize that this is the x coordinate, this is the y coordinate. So you have to put them together as coordinates for you to be able to score marks. Sometimes students solve the problem, they get x equals to 3 or x equals to 4, and then they leave them like that. Remember, once you leave them there like that, you will not score the mark, because the question is asking you to give the coordinate, and the coordinate, you must really know how to write a coordinate of a given point. Now viewers, I want us to look at an example, and the example I want to start with is here. So viewers, we have a simple question here where we are asked to be able to determine the point of intersection of these two lines, and the lines in question in here are y equals to 2x and y equals to negative x plus 9. We have said that the point where these two lines intersect, we treat them as simultaneous. So if you have y equals to 2x and y equals to negative x plus 9, if we treat them as simultaneous equation, then we can therefore be able to use whichever method we have, whether it's the elimination method, or substitution, or matrix method. Remember that in this case, they don't want to use graphical method because the graph is not provided for you to be able to draw line y equals to x and line y equals to negative x plus 9, so that you find the intersection point by just reading the point. In this case, we need actually to work out these points of intersection. Now if I have y equals to 2x, y equals to x here, let's say equation 1, and then y equals to negative x plus 9, you realize that this 2x here, I can use a substitution to substitute equation 1 into equation 2, where this 2x equals to y, and y is here. So I can simply take this one and put it there, so that I say that instead of writing y, I will write its equivalent, which is 2x. I say 2x will be equal to negative x plus 9. From moving forward, I'll take x here, so that I have 2x plus x equals to 9, and 2x plus x is actually 3x equals to 9 over 3 over 3. I'll get x equals to 3. Now after getting the x coordinate of this point, I will now go to get y coordinate. I don't know why y is equals to 2x or y equals to negative x plus 9. So whichever one you want to use, I'll say y therefore will be equals to 2 into x, which is 3. So y in this case is 6. Remember, now we have just solved a simultaneous equation, but for us to write the coordinate, we really have to say the coordinate must be written this way, x and then 6. This is the coordinate of the point where these two lines intersect. Let us go to example 2. We are going to do the same thing we have done up here, and here we are going to have 3 x minus y equals to 12, and then 2x plus y equals to 13. From where I can use any method, substitution or elimination. Now I use substitution, I want to use elimination here. For me to use elimination and get this answer here, I realize that I can easily eliminate y, because already I have the coefficient of y here are the same. but the sign here is negative, this is positive. For me to ensure that y is eliminated and becomes 0, I have to add, because negative y plus y is 0. If I subtract, I'll be able to get 2y instead. So I will add these equations, and when I add them, 3x plus 2x is 5x, but negative y plus y is actually 0y, so I'll get 0 there. Then this one plus this is 25. So over 5, x here equals to 5. Now we have got the value of x. I want to go to get the value of y. So I'll say 3x minus y equals to 12. And then x here is 5, so I'll substitute there. So I'll get 3 into 5 minus y equals to 12. This is 15 minus y equals to 12. So negative y here equals to 12 minus 15. Negative y equals to negative 3 over negative 1 over negative 1. Y equals to 3. Now if y equals to 3 and x equals to 5, we can therefore write coordinate q, coordinate of q, which is x is 5, y is 3. And that will be the coordinate of your point Q, where the line 3x minus y equals to 12 intersects the line 2x plus y equals to 13. Let us look at the final example, the third example, which is the final one. Now viewers, we have this equation here, which is our example 3, and what I've said is that the line with equation 3x minus 6y equals 24 intersects the line with the equation 2x plus y at the point P. Write down the coordinates of point P. The first thing we have to do, we bring these two equations, 3x minus 6y equals to 24, and then we have 2x plus y equals to 1. Now in this case, the previously eliminated y, let me now eliminate x, and for me to eliminate x here, the coefficient of x is 3 and 2. For me to remove them, I will have to get the LCM. The LCM of this 2 and 3 is 6. So I will multiply 3 by 2 to get 6, and I'll multiply 2 by 3 to get 6. Then I open the bracket. This will be 6x plus minus 12y equals to 48. And then I will get 6x plus 3y equals to 3. In this particular case, for me to eliminate x here, the first thing I have to do is to subtract, because 6x minus 6x will be 0. So after subtract, I will say this will be 0 here. So what about negative 12y minus 3y? That will be minus 15y will be equal to 48 minus 3 is 45. So divide by negative 15, y here should be negative 3. So after I get y as negative 3, let me get the value of x. And if I have this equation, let me take the equation 2, which is 2x plus y equals to 1. But I know y is negative 3. So what I'll say is 2x plus here negative 3, I'll get 1. So 2x here minus 3 equals to 1. 2x will be 1 plus 3, and 2x will be 4. So over 2, x equals to 2. If x equals to 2 in this particular case and y is equal to negative 3, what we do to write a coordinate is actually to bring x as 2 and y as negative 3. We have the coordinate of the equation there, and that is what you need to be able to do. Now viewers, if you liked our lesson, please share with your friends and families, subscribe, and also you can also watch and also use it to train your kids at home. Welcome and bye bye. Let's meet you next time.